Hello, welcome to another edition of Safety Tips. My name is Paul Orukamayan, and I'm going to be your guide. Have you heard of the word Global Positioning System, popularly called GPS? GPS is a technology that is being built into our phones, our smartphones, our smart device, including laptop. Even people use it today to track their cars, and just for the purpose of safety. But how many persons know that the dangers associated with your GPS device? How many of you know the importance of that GPS in your device, that global positioning system installed in your device? The truth is, if it is properly used, yes, it's a plus to you. But when it is negatively used or not properly tracked or not used in the right proportion, it can also be a problem to you. So first of all, let's look at a good part of the GPS in your phone or in your device or whatever you have in particular. One, do you know that with your GPS location on your phone, you can be navigated, you can be guided to a location which you've never known or a place that you've never visited before in your life? It means that if you want to go somewhere, just put on your GPS location and go to your Google map and type the name of the place. For example, you can say, I'm going to road safety school at Bojiboji. It's going to give you a direction from here and the estimated time that will take you from here to the road safety school and drop you right there. Do you know when you have a good functional GPS device, your lands, for example, that you bought in the bush or in the forest, can be saved on the net, on the cloud, to say this property belongs to Mr. Paul Orukamayan. Maybe you get to the land and you get a GPS expert to say, come and do the GPS coordination of my property and put it on the cloud. It means that if your land is captured on the GPS technology and saved in the cloud and there's litigation tomorrow, you could just extract it from the cloud and put it before the legal counsel, and they find out that that property is actually yours. Do you know most remarkable artifacts today, before now, have been lost? Not because they are actually lost, just because the person who stole such a device never knew where that device is stored. Let's say in your village, a place where your grandfather is laid to rest. Normally in the present day, you could peg in what we call the GPS location of that tomb and save it in the cloud. 100 years to come, when somebody types their grandfather's name, the exact position in which that person's remain is kept can be tracked immediately. Are you involved in the management of human remains? Or maybe there is a major disaster with your GPS coordinates well marked. It means that no one can lost. So it's work in a system that everything is being connected to the globe. The final most important thing about the GPS location today in the world is the ability to track a missing property. It means that if you hold a car and you put a GPS tracker in your car, if the car is stolen, wherever it's being taken to, the GPS system technology can track it down and you can recover that property. If somebody is actually kidnapped and the person's GPS location is on and the person is quick to send that location to somebody before the phone or whatever is taken away or getting rid of by the kidnappers, that location alone that you sent out can also help in tracking down that person. So it has an endless benefit for you to have a GPS tracking device. However, we need to look at that dangerous part of your GPS tracking device. Do you know, with your GPS tracking device on, you can be exposed to danger? One, you can be exposed to kidnappers. Somebody who wants to kidnap you, track down every of your movement via your GPS device. We will talk on how the person will get an access to it, so that you know that you alone can be the one that expose yourself. Do you know, with a GPS tracking device, somebody can defraud your account? Do you know, when you put on your GPS tracking on for endlessly, somebody can tap into your privacy? Do you know, when your GPS tracking device is on, you expose yourself to a lot of dangers? Dangers like what you save in your phone can be extracted by an app which you've not given a permission to. You expose yourself to security effects. Probably something happened between you and somebody and they want to track you. They quickly go onto your device tracker and you are tracked down. And finally, if you don't regulate your GPS device, it will happen like this. If you move from Asaba and you get to Benin, it's going to send to all your friends, send to the internet, Mr. Paul just arrived Ring Road in Benin. Once you pick a flight and get to Abuja, immediately touch down on the Abuja airport. It's sent to the world, Mr. Paul just arrived Abuja airport. It means that you are exposing and selling your each location to the world, and that is extremely dangerous to you. So you need to be conscious when you use your GPS location, most especially in your smartphone. What is or what are the common precautions you need to take to reduce total or in total yourself from being exposed to danger? Do you know, in your phone, your smartphone, there's a place called location? For some phones, it's going to write GPS, but for some phones, it's going to write location. Is that location or the GPS on your phone presently on? How do you find it? Just screw down your phone, bring down the front of your phone, screw it down, either in the first screen or the second screen. You are going to see it written location or GPS. If it is displayed like this, watch on the regulation button. Is it on or off? On a normal day, your location should be off unless you need the location. Why will you need the location? If you go to somewhere that is suspicious, you need to put on your location. If you are in your normal day-to-day life activities, ensure that it is put off. If you go there, click on that icon that says location, and you will find things like this. It's called app permission. App permission gives you an access. Does your Wi-Fi have an access to your location? It's a yes. You cannot use your Wi-Fi without your location being on. So do you give an express permission to your Wi-Fi, or you only put it on when you want to use your Wi-Fi? Does your Bluetooth have permission to your location? If you are not using it, kindly put it off. The reason is, if your Bluetooth location tracker is on, every other Bluetooth device around you can peg into it, and even when you move in future, that device can locate where your present location is, in as much as your location is on. So if you are using your Bluetooth device, yes, you can put the location on, and immediately you finish, you off it. But remember, that device, whenever it goes on and your location is on, any device that is tuned onto it can track you down. So in a true sense, if you put down your phone and you don't lock it, or you didn't secure it, and somebody had a bad intention, the person can go to that phone, put on your Bluetooth location, put on your location, and synchronize the two. So if you want to track you down tomorrow, you just need to put on his location and track your Bluetooth location. So for example, if your Bluetooth location is on 247, it means that that person can track you down at any given time. What other apps do you give permission to? You have a range of apps in your phone. That includes call, text message, WhatsApp, various apps. You need to be sure of that app that you give access to your location. Most especially if you use your bank app in your phone. Deny your bank app access to your location. Because if the bank app has access to your location, a fraudster who wants to defraud you can easily locate your location and bring his crime closer to you. And when you deny it tomorrow, you might not be able to deny because they already have access to you. How do you expose yourself to danger of GPS? Your smartphones always come with a lock. Do you leave your phone open at all times? If you leave your phone open at all times, somebody who wants to defraud you can pick up your phone, put on your GPS location, and pair your GPS location with his or her phone. That is what we call hacking. It means that the person hack your location. Wherever you go to, the person is able to track your location. If the person wants to sell you out to kidnappers, it's very easy. Wherever you move, they track you, and when you are alone, you are gone. Also know that that GPS location can tell the number of persons around you at a given time. If the tracker wants to use an hybrid tracking to track you down, so it can tell. Who do you give your phone to operate? Some boss are very careless. They can give their phone to their secretary and give their phone to anybody. Your phone is your password to the world. Whatever somebody operates in your phone, you can never deny, because that's why it's called GSM. That is why it's called a mobile phone. That is why it's called a private property. Whatever you sign in with your phone can land you in jail in the rest of your life. So for security agents who want to track you, if they use your phone to commit an offense, they track that phone, and whoever that phone is registered with goes for that crime. So if, for example, you leave your phone on lock and you leave it here, somebody come to your phone and use it to commit a crime, what the security agents will do is that they will track the phone, and whoever that phone is registered with become the victim. So giving your GPS phone out to somebody could also put you in a grave problem. So never you give your phone out to somebody who you don't trust. Remember, GPS location in your device is as important, is as helpful to you, as well as dangerous, that can put your life at risk. Save yourself from being exposed to kidnappers. Save yourself from being exposed to dangers. Save yourself from fraudsters. Use your GPS location only when it is needed. Maybe you want to share your location and all that. And be sure that you will remain safe at all times. And remain your guide, Paul Orukamayan.